Okay, so there was this one time. I lived in a bigger city and I was taking my dog for a walk. And the end of where our apartments were was kind of, I mean, it was a neighborhood, but it was, there was just not a lot of people that was around in that area that time of night. I had walked my dog down to the end there, and there was nobody around us. And my dog would absolutely freak out over strangers, like especially men. She didn't really like men. I seen a truck coming up the road very, very, very slowly, like not even speed limit. And the speed limit was like 25. Like, this truck was creeping. And it's like the closer it got to me and my dog, the slower and slower and slower it drove. And I'm like, oh my gosh, am I about to get kidnapped? So I tried to turn and try to get my dog to come with me. And as soon as I go to turn, there is this huge dude barreling, like walking really fast on a cell phone. He looked like he was wearing like a black shirt with like a police sigil thing on it. I don't know. It wasn't a badge. It was just like an emblem on a shirt. But it looked like it could have been a police officer. But I don't know. My dog didn't react at all. He almost ran me over and I went, whoa. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. And kept walking. And as soon as that truck saw him, they took off. Like, they pedaled to the metal squealed tires getting out. And that guy just kept walking around the corner. Just kept walking down the street. Didn't even sound like he was talking to anyone. He was just on a cell phone. And we do have security guards there, but they don't dress like that. And actually, I haven't seen any police officer around there that tall. And police officers don't wear t-shirts. I don't know. It was a very strange experience. I kind of felt like that guy was there to protect me. Because that city is kind of, it's got some scary things that happen in it. It's the second largest in Kentucky. I think by this point you guys know what city I'm talking about, but I mean, I literally could have died. Another time I almost died. I was a kid, and I think I want to say I was about 2.5, maybe 3. And me, my mom, my 2 sisters, a family friend and her 2 kids, and my aunt, we all ended up going to this public pool at a marina. Well, it was close to a marina, but went to the public pool, and that was like my first experience at a public pool. I don't have a whole lot because public pools, I don't know. But my sisters and the other 2 kids ended up getting in the pool, and I wanted to go ahead and get in the pool. And my mom was like, just give me a minute. I think she was putting on sunscreen, and my aunt had laid down to put on her tanning lotion. My mom was putting on her tanning lotion too. And so I was thinking, I was a big girl. I went over there to the steps. I got in the pool. I remember just stepping down the little ladder and then just sinking to the bottom. And immediately I was like, I knew something was wrong. I kind of like floated off to the corner of the pool, like at the bottom. And I started crying and trying to say, Mommy. And I couldn't understand why nobody couldn't hear me. And I could see all the other kids' legs kicking and playing in the pool. And then I know I stopped breathing, but my aunt just so happened to look down and she saw my hair at the bottom. And it was just the 1 foot. So she reached down and grabbed me up by the hair of my head. And then they had to like pump the water out of my stomach and, do mouth to mouth. I don't think it was for very long. I think it was, maybe less than a minute. But yeah, I'm really glad my aunt saw me. And then another brush of death with death that I had was 2015. I was living with Eric and Ricky, and Eric was at work, Ricky was at work, and I was off that day. I worked at Factory Connection at that point. So I had the car because I had some errands to do that day too. I had to go pick Ricky up. So I went and picked Ricky up. It had been raining a little bit. And like, as soon as I got there, I could tell that he didn't feel good. He was like, I have a busted headache. Can you please drive home? And I was like, yes, I can definitely do that. So he got in the car, and then we started driving home. It started getting dark. Like I said, it had rained. And at one point, we just hit something wrong, and we started hydroplaning. And we got slung into oncoming traffic. And oh man, I can remember those headlights like coming at us. Oh, that was so scary. And then whenever I tried to swing us back into the our lane, that's whenever we spun and then we started flipping. I think they said we flipped like 3 times, and I don't remember. I don't. Ricky said that I was completely out of it. Like, I was shocked, like absolute shock. He said he climbed out, and then he was like yelling at me to get out because I wasn't moving. And he thought I was dead for like a second. But finally he like started, I don't know if he like kind of got me to wake up enough to get myself out, or if he came over and started like forcing me out. But either way, I came out the window, and I don't remember the ambulance ride. And apparently I kept giving him my wrong cell phone password, and he couldn't get into it to call Eric. And we were supposed to have went and picked Eric up, and Eric finally, like, Ricky's phone was lost. It was gone. I think Eric finally had called my phone, and that's how he talked to him. But yeah, so we're pretty lucky to have come out of that the way we did. I mean, Ricky will always have pain in his shoulder now, because it completely ripped his shoulder completely out of socket, and then he had to have it surgically put back. And yeah, all it did to me was broke this part of my hand. So, but I kind of remember at this one part when we were flipping, I couldn't hear anything, and it was almost peaceful, kind of like I was accepting it. And you know, Ricky said it was anything but. He said he could feel the grass hitting his fingertips whenever the window broke and his arm flung out. And he said it was just really loud. We remember what song was playing whenever we were flipping. It was a song by Flume. We aren't a fan of that song any longer. But I had a very different experience than Ricky did. Like, Ricky was completely aware the entire time. And between hydroplaning and the flipping, yeah. But those are a few times that I have almost died. Not a lot of people can say those things. So, yeah. Life is really weird and random and circumstantial, and like, I don't know, existing is weird. But